Hello again, and welcome to the next part of Let's Play Blade and Soul with Zen Archer. It's going to be a short one because basically we're just finishing up the storyline that we got so rudely interrupted by computer crash, and then we're going to do a couple of side quests that we've been leaving off. Some of them are in this area, some of them are in Gunwon City, Dasari's Palace, and yeah. So we're going to finish those up, and then this will pretty much be the end of the whole storyline run. I might do a couple dungeons just to see if I can, and I don't know if you want to see all those, but yeah. So last time what happened was we found our way to the Empyrean Stronghold. We met the Grand Master of the Ajinara monks. While we were there, we found a bunch of people who were kind of concerned with their lives before the Divine Mandate ritual happened, and it appears that in their death, all these little glowing people, that they were still kind of concerned with what was going on right before the ritual went down. We get to the Imperial Altar, and once we got to the Empyrean Altar, we found that Prince Sobu? Yeah, no, not Prince Sobu. Yeah, Prince Sobu. Kind of found his way over there, and hang on, the Prince Sobu. I want to check something real quick. Okay, the previous prince was Prince Su. Okay, I had the sneaking suspicion that Prince Sobu was actually from here, the same prince from over here, but yeah, it didn't actually happen. But what did happen was we learned that Jinsoybean was actually part of this Divine Mandate ritual, which destroyed all of Solak, which was several decades ago. Somehow, during the ritual, she disappeared. She ended up all the way in Moonwater Plains, where she was also part of Divine Mandate ritual over in the Highland Necropolis. When that went down, the Highland Necropolis had been about 30 years ago, 3 decades ago, because that's when their ghosts were all talking about when that was happening. Solak's happened some uncountable amount of decades ago. They won't say exactly how much, but it's implied to have been a really, really long time. And it was like a barren wasteland for the longest time. People didn't even think that others were living here. So, when we got to the Empyrean Altar, we found Prince Sobu and the Dawn's Edge, not the Twilight's Edge. The Twilight's Edge is a Blade Master weapon. The Dawn's Edge is apparently a great sword, which is a Warden's weapon. We fought over it. Jinsoybean got blessed by the Divine Relic, and basically emerged as her old self, as a fusion of Jinsoybean and the old Dark Herald, whatever she was. And she helped beat up Ryu with us. After that, we found out that Ryu had kind of kidnapped her from Sejin and Sunyung, and I forget which one. And then Nail, the Grandmaster, mailed us and said, like, hey, what just happened? I felt evil energies, I felt divine energies, what is going on?
There you are. Warrior.
Yes, I have returned.
Alive and well, friend of the realm. I am relieved. I couldn't find a way further north. What happened?
Well, this kind of happened. Go back to the last couple minutes where I was explaining everything.
I see. The master-student relationship can be fraught with difficulties, though your cases are particularly unusual.
That's an understatement.
I am sorry.
Yeah.
So, what will you do now?
Well, Dokdan, one of the 3 sages, is arranging passage to the Divine Realm so that we can stop Mushin once and for all.
The sages intervene yet again. I suppose they're trustworthy? You seem to be in good hands, so I will make my way back to the monastery. You must prepare both soul and body for the events to come. As for the former, always consider Ajinara Monastery your shelter from the storm.
Okay, Ajinara can be a A shelter for the soul, but what about the body? I guess I'm stronger than everyone there, so guess not.
I take my leave. Fate casts us to the winds once more.
Master of None, and this is yet another way that the achievement thing is playing with us, because before we were Master of One, after that whole snafu that went down in Gunwon City, and now we are Master of None. Again, we are the best Hongmoon teacher ever. Let me get some outfit. So now I too can be a Naryu general in Mushin's clothes, I guess, for some reason. Alright. Setting this. Picking up some bonus HP and defense from having a set bonus. We now go talk to this keeper and figure out what is going on.
This warrior has questions.
The keeper talks in third person still.
How does one feel breathing in a city of the dead? Like a tourist in an exotic getaway? Like a gawker of a disaster that shall never befall them?
Excuse me?
One could say it looks like mocking, watching the ghosts of a time long past reenact their final hours again and again.
The warrior unit just ran past me. Few eyes are open to the truth. So I guess they're not actually visible to normal people, and I wonder what they see here. Just an empty place? Well, why don't you help them?
I've waited long, Wanderer. The spirits choose not to see me. They believe what is familiar when reality is too unspeakable. Yet, the Wanderer comes with selfish questions of a cursed child long past.
Are you talking about Jinsoybean?
To find answers, one need only look. Two homes entwined, but one overlooked.
So we go back to the Pack Estate. Not Jinsoybean's house. These two giant mansions are apparently linked somehow. Pakana's court. Well.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, hello there. You must be one of our special guests. This is quite embarrassing, actually.
Are you alright?
Yes, I think so. I was walking and got dizzy all of a sudden. I'm sure it'll pass. Just give me a moment.
Get up, Hana. You're making a fool of yourself. Can I help you?
Oh, no. Please don't bother. You're our guest. I'm sorry you had to come into our house and see me like this. I was about to boil some water for tea.
You don't really have to do that.
Oh, it's my pleasure. From what Father was telling me, you must have traveled a long way to come here. We've had quite a few visitors lately.
Her father was telling her to expect a guest.
Father must still be with the Regent Council. He's the chief chronicler, so he goes to lots of meetings and events. Of course, you probably already knew that. I'm sure he'll be home soon.
Am I talking too much? Father says I babble when I get nervous. Are you sure you don't need help?
You're very nice. I don't want to be a bother, but if you wouldn't mind finding something I could lean on, maybe in the next room? I can't seem to catch my breath.
Find something she can lean on. Okay, Quest, you want me to have her lean on her corpse. That is rather morbid. Bless the corpse.
I don't know what happened, but I feel much better. I'll take you to Father.
She just casually shows me the secret passage that Jinsoybean almost didn't know about. And apparently her corpse was affecting her spirit.
That's strange. I don't remember these flowers being here. They weren't here yesterday. I wonder how they grew so fast. Anyways, my father's workroom is just ahead. He's probably finishing up his reports. These tunnels connect to the banquet hall and my friend's house. We used to play hide and seek down here when we were younger.
Was your friend's name Jinsoybean?
Yes! Do you know her? How odd! Jinsoybean's like the little sister I never had.
Here's a gift for being my best friend.
Oh, that's so nice! Where did you find this? This place was like our playground. You almost had it! Try again.
Desire stands in the way of true enlightenment. You must rid yourself of desire.
Jinsoybean's very smart.
And she doesn't question seeing all this.
Hannah, what exactly does your dad do?
He listens and records everything for the prince. Sometimes he hears secret things.
Finding out secrets is his job?
The High Chronicler.
Wait, what's that?
An old note.
It's a note from Jinsoybean. This is definitely her handwriting, but this doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
She says she went to my father's study and read some of his records. She seems to think something terrible is going to happen. She knows better than to go through my father's things, but if all of this is true, something bad could happen.
What does the note say?
She says my father recorded a meeting where a man in the Regent Council claimed the prince was planning a secret ceremony. He said the ceremony could destroy the entire city. Most of the others didn't believe him. They put the man in prison for heresy.
Why would the prince want to do a secret ceremony?
Jinsoybean thinks the man might have been right. Now I'm getting worried. Let's find my father. Over here! The door isn't opening.
Hongwoon bullshit.
Father! He's not here. Where is he?
Prince Sobu has ordered me to record notes from the conversations of all our honored guests without their knowledge. It is not a task I relish.
Hello, you sound just like the former Stratus Empire. Or the former Talos Empire. Yunma Khan. But I know you're not, you're just using voice actors.
Page 120. Today we welcomed envoys from Dasari Palace. The Dowager herself is in attendance and is urging Sobu to perform something called the Divine Mandate Ceremony.
Okay, the Dowager is either also very, very old, or somehow this took place between... I don't know, Jinsoybean's throwing the timelines all up. Either that or they completely forgot about their Moonwater storyline.
Page 153. Monks from Ajanar Monastery are here. Prince Sobu is convinced they possess a sacred relic, an accusation which the monks strenuously deny. Page 194. Prince Sobu is desperate for a sacred relic. Many visitors come and promise him such a relic, but when their claims are disproved, executions come swiftly.
Wait,
Hannah.
do you hear that?
Hannah.
Father? I heard my father's voice through the listening tubes. He must be on the other side.
Listening tubes?
Yes, they're quite extraordinary, actually. These tubes carry sound from the meeting rooms and halls where the prince and his council meet.
So your father's probably in one of those rooms.
I think these tubes lead to the banquet hall, but I shouldn't go there. Father would be upset if I interrupted his meeting.
I can go for you.
Are you sure you don't mind? If you insist, but please be careful. You can take the stairs over there. For once, I hope Jinsoybean was wrong.
Kick down the door! Or Hongmoon unlocking.
My Hannah. I don't know who you are, but we have to get out of here. My daughter. I have to make sure my daughter is safe.
Soyun's father was right.
There was a flash of light, along with a terrible sound. Then, these creatures came. We're no match for them. We're not soldiers.
You're Hannah's father?
Yes, I'm Hannah's father. Why, do you know her? Is she safe?
She is not currently in danger?
This is our fault. The scholars. We gathered tall tales and empty rumors for the prince, and he believed them all.
What did you do exactly?
I am Chronicler Nunji. I record everything that takes place here. Through my logs, Prince Sobu learned of the sacred relics. I am to blame.
What do you mean?
The Stratus Dowager told Prince Sobu about the Divine Mandate ceremony, but it was I who first heard rumors of the sacred relic necessary for the ritual. Sobu held the scholars here to learn whatever else we could. But I think the prince has already found the relic. He never rang the bell to dismiss us for the day. Then came that flash of light.
Prince Sobu performed the ceremony, didn't he? Gods help us. Wow, for a dead person, you're kind of perceptive.
Please, ring the bell and end our obligation to Prince Sobu. He made us do what we did. We didn't want to. We are not to blame.
Ring the bell and let everyone
Father?
be dismissed.
My precious daughter.
Father, what's happening?
So these ghosts are locked into their last final moments because apparently they're palace guards and they're so ingrained to have to be in order to be dismissed. They can't leave. They can't go home without being permitted to. So now I need to ring the bell and it'll save some of them. I mean, you hear about ghosts like lingering on because of resentments or attachments or things that they couldn't finish, but that's kind of odd. Not being able to pass on because you weren't told to go home.
Thank you, stranger.
Please give my love to Jinsoybean.
The bell tolls. With that ring, they are freed from the cycle. They are ready for passage, Wanderer. I shall not keep them waiting. You have my thanks.
Wait, but what happened to Jinsoybean? That told us what happened to her friend and her friend's family, but not herself. How'd she end up in Moonwater Plains?
Her history is not yours to possess, and those you love had lives and loves before you. Open your eyes to the present, and allow the past to pass.
I can't. The game itself, the gods themselves, just gave me a title that reminded me I'm all alone.
The truth is searing, painful, and bright. Learn from these spirits, or wander forever cursed with half a life. We shall meet again, Wanderer. May it not be here, and may it not be so cruel. Death never rests. It only waits.
Local economy is crumbling, and what does Prince Sobu do? He hides away and holds some sort of hush-hush ritual? Maybe he'll get divine inspiration for new trade policies. So, the citizens of the Empyrean Citadel, also part of the Stratus Guard Empire, before Solak got sundered,
Every soul has a story.
are not very happy.
The Keepers have stony souls, young warrior. They do not experience deep emotions, the joys and pain of earthen life. I find these emotions intriguing, and that is why I dwell in this place of judgment. Those being judged still act as they did in life, pleading, raging, celebrating. Ah, that reminds me. An interesting bit of earthen history appeared in the courtyard recently. A poster on the inner wall over there, to be exact.
We come peacefully and we shall not be moved. Well, for helping, do they have to be so loud and uncivilized? We demand an audience with the prince. The prince had his chance. Tear him apart. We demand an audience with the prince. Okay, so this is basically little Wall Street riot things. An open letter to Prince Sobu. A government is meant to serve its people, not bring them to harm. In the past few weeks, you have forgotten your place. You've ordered children snatched from their mother's arms. You've stolen the final grains of wheat from the hands of farmers and turned a deaf ear to the cries of the hungry. We, the Regent Council, will not serve you any longer. We refuse to be blamed for your actions. With this, we join forces with the New Justice Coalition. The Empire belongs to the people. Oh yeah, the New Justice Coalition with the people who are in the outskirts of the Empyrean Citadel area. The former Regent Council of Prince Sobu. So out in the Stronghold, there was a bunch of new coalition people, and they were talking about redistribution of wealth and other such horrible things. Open the gates. See to your people. You don't like it? Then leave. Joining us, I'm truly humbled by this turnout. The prince can't ignore the council's advisors, but he cannot ignore the force of the people. Why are you doing this? I've served as Sobu's chief advisor ever since he was first put into power. It hurts me and all of us to speak against him. Nevertheless, it hurts more to see the empire we love crumble under his paranoid madness. We will not support an empire that steals from its people and enslaves the downtrodden. We will not sit in our lofty citadel while children die in the streets. Do you think this protest will work? As you can see, Sobu has hired mercenaries. He thinks their muscle and walls will keep him from the people he is meant to protect. We know what we risk here, friend. I am no soldier, but I am one of many citizens who will not be intimidated by threats of violence. Together, we will break through the walls and see the prince. All I ask is, will you join us? Storm the gate! For the New Justice Coalition! United we stand! Together! Get the swords! All together! We move as one! We demand justice! Hello, mercenaries. Don't mind me. I'm just a ordinary person. Stand down or be struck down. Prince Sobu will release an official statement later. The prince's stance has been clear. He has allowed this protest, but any further movement is treason, punishable by death. Everything Prince Sobu has done has been for the good of his people, but in times of austerity requires sacrifice. There's nothing the prince cares about more than the well-being of his empire. Then why did he hire all these mercenaries? I'm trying to help you. You seem reasonable. These fired advisors, this Justice Coalition, they just want violence. They think they should be on the throne. If you were smart, you'd back down and let the prince lead. Trust me, it's all taken care of. If you care about these traitors, tell them to back down now. The prince is attending to a very important issue today. After it, everything will change. No one will question his rule. Disperse immediately! Ha! I think I can help with that. Disperse now, or be met with lethal force. I'm just obeying orders, alright? Everyone stand strong. We won't be moved. And that's when the ritual happened.
Imagine, warrior. So many souls. So many differing hopes and fears and thoughts. All united so suddenly and so terribly by death. The true equalizer, yes. The divine mandate ceremony was responsible for ending the lives of all these people. Pure folly, driven by the worst of mortal flaws and frailties. And yet, I feel a sort of pity. The wailing of the dead. No different than a stiff wind.
Here's a letter from Grandmaster Nayul. Ever since I left the Empyrean Citadel for Ajanara, an increasing unease has vexed me about this place. The Citadel is once again besieged by the forces of evil. But what manner of evil? I cannot say, for even my sightless eyes cannot peer into so black a veil. Please journey to the Citadel and discover what fresh malevolence lurks within.
Warrior, I write to you with warnings of a great crisis, the magnitude of which can only be matched by one of your caliber. Ever since I left the Empyrean Citadel for Ajanara, an increasing unease has vexed me about that place. The Citadel is once again besieged by the forces of evil. But what manner of evil? I cannot say. For even my sightless eyes cannot peer into so black a veil. Only you can bring light to the darkness. Please, journey to the Citadel and discover what fresh malevolence lurks within. Nayul.
Okay, so this is a quest I'm not going to be completing because that's a dungeon quest, and one that's beyond my reach. Not exactly geared to take on some of this stuff. But I can certainly do the intro quest.
My prince, what did you do? You! I remember you!
Ah, you again.
You were the warrior who walked with the blessing on the day my great prince was lost to the dark. What brings you here now? There's nothing here but chaos and death. Perhaps it was Prince Sobu's anger that left him vulnerable. When his brother Wan was chosen as emperor, he did not take the news well. He felt slighted, as we all did.
For all I taught the prince, I could not teach him patience.
He set up the divine mandate to prove his worth, but something went awry. Some otherworldly spirit broke through and warped his mind. In the process, it warped the entire palace as well. Here, the laws of gravity and order no longer apply. Prince Sobu is trapped in torment. Those of us who serve him are trapped as well. Please help us, warrior, before insanity takes us all.
Will we linger here for eternity? So that's the quest for the thingy. Unfortunately, there's a cutscene right at the very beginning, so I can show you that. But I can't show you the rest because, yeah, I don't have that party. That's the body of the guy we defeated in the... We defeated him at the end of the storyline.
destruction! No one can know my pain! I will have the throne, even in death!
So yeah, this is the Warp Citadel dungeon. That was Prince Sobu, who apparently engaged in falconry. That's the only reason I can think of that bird was sticking around as long as it did. There's a boss, there's a mini-boss, and then there's the prince himself. So, yeah, I cannot clear this dungeon, so I'm not going to even try, but that was that. Moving on. We will do one that was happening in Dasari Palace in Gunwon City. Actually, no. Let's go here first and turn this in. I have this quest, Forbidden Knowledge. So whilst we were in the Empyrean Stronghold, we found references to the Divine Relics, saying that there were 4 of them that were given to one of each of the 4 races. So there were the Junes, which were the humans, there were the Yuns, there are the Gons, and there are the Lins. So, even though it kind of doesn't say, I'm going to say the Yuns were given the Twilight's Edge, which was the Blade Master Soul. The Yuns, or the Juns, were given the Dawn's Edge, which is a great sword. So those are the classes that can become Wardens. Wardens are Jins or Lins. Blade Masters can become Yuns, Jins, or all sorts of people. Given the fact that the Twilight's Edge was... Well, one of them was Jinsoybean, who was young, and before that was her master, which I just completely forgot the name of, I'm sorry, but she was also young. So there's 2 more relics, and when when all 4 relics are brought together, Calamity will fall. So that's kind of like probably a precursor to some future storyline, if anybody ever remembers that. They'll probably say it. And we're going to meet Yona, who was a member of Valinja who joined the Ajanar Order. Warmest greetings, warrior. Happy to see you under kinder circumstances. I never had the opportunity to thank you for closing that spirit rift. You don't need to thank me. I don't need to, but I want to. But all of us at Ajanar treasure you as a hero and a friend. Thank you, but I came here to give you this. These sigils, this embossing. I've seen it before. It's signed under the supervision of the wandering monk Hyungwoo. Why does that name sound so familiar? He was once an Ajanar monk. And he wrote down the unspeakable. Warrior, this information in the wrong hands could throw the realm into jeopardy. Yeah, that's why I brought it back to Ajanar and to you guys. Oh, I see. Thank you for trusting me, warrior. I will ensure that Grandmaster Nail receives this. I shall guard it with my life. So yeah, these are, able to trade, sell, or destroy. get rid of this.
This item cannot be destroyed.
I missed a quest. Where's from the dark? Oh, not that. Shadow of an Emperor is a raid. This is a quest. This is a quest. This is a. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think I'm just going to be stuck with this. Anyways, going back to... Let's go to Gunwon City. Control's wife at Fortune Harbor. This is Fortune Harbor, right? Oh, it's over here. It's in the sun. Ah, yes. Voice from the Dark. This was during the storyline. This is where we had a guy who was thrown into prison. He died in prison, but he left a journal saying that he was investigating the Dowager. And, of course, people were finding out about the Divine Ritual, Mandate Ritual, and they're like going, hey, wait a second. This thing apparently has a near total failure rate, and every time it fails, people die, demons are summoned, bad things. Why is this lady trying to get us to do a divine ritual? I must warn my wife. So we'll ignore him for now. Just do these quest lines in order.
Another day. Same old, same old.
Hello, dearie. Table for one. If you're looking for a bite to eat, we've got plenty of available tables. Help yourself, dearie. Actually, I have a letter for you. Oh, why thank you. Let's see. Wait, this is my husband's handwriting. Do you know where he is? He vanished so long ago. You should read the letter. Read the letter, Cricket! Right, Oh, by the divines, I knew he was making enemies with his research and writing, but this... Oh, my poor darling. I always feared that something like this would happen. My husband was a good, honest man, but those who hold power often see the truth as something to be destroyed. I won't let my husband's death be in vain. I'll keep spreading the truth in his place. If it means I meet the same fate as him, well, at least we'll be together again. Thank you for this.
Another day. Same old.
Alright, let's go to this little quest up here.
You need a new apprentice? I won't eat much, and I'm a quick learner.
Great to meet you. My name's Jisun. Now, I bet a fine warrior like yourself needs a little help, am I right? No, I'm fine. Spit shine your buckles, repair your weapons, taste test your food for poisons. You look like the type of warrior who wastes a lot of time getting poisoned. Ouch. Sorry, I don't have any work. Please, warrior, I'm not asking for handouts. My sister is so kind, and she's trying to raise funds to house the feral familiars around all town. I'll work for the money. That Celia over there is working for work. Don't you think I've tried that? Yonggil told me I was too little and annoying to work for him. Unless, maybe you could talk to him. Give me a reference. Please, warrior. Look alive, boys. We're missing an opportunity here. What do you want? I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't want any trouble. I just heard you have work. Job, huh? Maybe I have something for you. You do well with this? Maybe I'll have something even better. Oh, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for Jisun over there. Well, if you care about that so much about that snot-nosed kid, why don't you do the job and then give him the money? Everyone thinks they know how to run a business. It's a simple job. I need you to courier a small satchel from the harbor to my good friend Samuel. It'll take a few minutes, tops. If I do this, you need to give Jisun a chance. Fine, fine. I'll throw the kid a bone. After the job is done. Better know how to keep your mouth shut. And there's this guy over here. Jinsei, I don't think we've been properly introduced. Lieutenant Rusong, at your service. I'm working with General Hondu to maintain stability and a peaceful transition of power now that the Empress Dowager has seemingly disappeared. With Imperator Ryu gone as well, General Hondu is now the de facto Imperator. One of his first orders of business has been tracking down Ryu and the Dowager. Do you have any leads? Perhaps. An intelligence agent once found custom records that show Imperator Ryu had regular shipments of weapons coming through the harbor every week. They might lead to something useful, or they might not. Agent Gilcho is down by the docks if you'd like more information. Be well, Jinsei. You there, warrior. A moment, please. I'm Captain Huang Jaewon of the patrol team. I have a favor to ask of you. What is it? Because of all the trouble lately, the patrols are constantly on high alert. We can't afford to take more than a few moments' rest. I've recently received word that my mother has fallen gravely ill. As much as I want to go to her, my responsibilities anchor me here. To fall so ill at her age, I fear for her, warrior. I'll never forgive myself if I weren't there for her in what may be her last moments. Alright, how can I help? I've ordered medicine for my mother. I need you to retrieve it from the Silver Cauldron, then deliver it to her. She lives near the entrance to the market district. Please, warrior, make haste. And finally we have this one. This was the pair of orchids, which I've been holding on to for a while. What happened for this one, for those who don't remember? Before I left Gunwon City, I got flagged down by someone in Faircloud who told me that her sister got lost here and she hadn't heard from him. And she wanted us to meet with her sister, her identical sister, and give her some passphrases. Oh, hello there. You look like a connoisseur with good taste. Can I help you find something? Actually, I'm looking for a pair of orchids. Ah, I see. I might be able to help you with that. Orchids can be hard to find. I use so many code words, it's hard to keep them straight. Yeah, actually, someone named Soyeon sent me. Ah, yes, I remember now. I heard a story about an orchid that was looking for another identical orchid that got lost along the way. Okay. I believe you've heard this story as well, but you don't know the next part. Work with me, warrior. I can't discuss missing persons by name out in the open like this. Right. Well, I heard that the lost orchid was planted in a small plot near the palace. When time got hard and the water ran dry, she got in trouble. Some black snakes came and plucked her out of her garden. They tied her up with other flowers, and now they're planning to put her on a boat to sell her overseas. The cherry tree wanted to help, but she couldn't pull up her roots without raising suspicion. But there's someone else who can help this orchid. What's that, a fish? Yes, a fishy fellow by the name of Shinyong. You can find him in the shipyard. Look, I hope this story has a happy ending. So find Shinyong in the shipyard and speak with him. These deadlines are outrageous. Can I help you? I'm pretty busy. Sansan said that you could help me find an orchid. Oh, mercy, that woman and her riddles. Look, I don't have time for code words, so I'll just tell it to you straight. See those Drake over there? They're trying to run some kind of human trafficking ring out of the harbor under the guise of punishing low-level criminals. Everyone in the shipyard knows about it. Nobody likes it. Problem is, we can't do a thing about it. We're under strict orders to leave them alone. Why? Who knows? Maybe the Drake have some sort of agreement with the top Stratus officials. All I know is, if we cause a ruckus, we lose our jobs. I'll go rescue the captives for you then. If you think you can swing it, you'd be doing us all a favor. For the sake of appearances, I think I'll duck out for a few. We never had this conversation. Got it?
Darkness watches, even in the midst of the light.
This isn't right.
The darkness rises! Ships that find favor with the dark will find safe harbor as well.
Yeah, that's right, run, bitch. These people are criminals waiting for their sentence.
Thank you. How could this happen?
Thank you so much.
Everybody run!
Okay. Chickens.
Thank you. How could this happen?
Thank you so much. I'm not sure we're going to be thrown off a boat or into the sea. You're safe now. Yes, thank you. Do I know you? Your sister Seon sent me. Seon? Oh, I see. You've met with the good daughter. Did she give you a lecture on how I've lost my way and gotten in trouble with my poor life choices? No, she just sounded worried. I see. Sorry, I'm being unfair, aren't I? She led you to me, and for that I'm truly grateful. If you see her again, please tell her I'm okay. I'm taking the next ship to Zyway to look for work. The sooner I leave the city, the sooner I leave this city, the better. Thanks again, warrior. Now I gotta go back all the way to Dasari to speak with Sansa. Oh, where? Oh, hello again. Heard you found the orchid. Sorry for being so cryptic with you earlier. I have to make appearances, you know. What do you mean? I hear things, but only because people don't think I'm listening. I see. It's taken me a long time to establish connections here. Sometimes the only way to do that is to hide in plain sight, to become such a regular part of the scenery that people look right through you. You're part of the nameless. Let's just say I couldn't oppose these traffickers directly, because doing so would break trust and potentially even put more people in danger. Hey, the warrior figured it out. All that to say, I'm grateful you were able to help me. I'm sure the orchids are grateful as well. Have a nice day. Now let's see if any new customers arrived today. Gilcho, the intelligence agent. So much to do, so little time. Ah, hello, Jinsei. I hear you've been helping General Hondu, or should I say Imperator Hondu. Perhaps you can help me out as well. I recently discovered a record of shipments that were going to Imperial Ryu. Swords of every make and model from every corner of the realm would come through this harbor every week. But rather than order them directly, he had them go through a sort of middleman, some shopkeeper named Lorgan. Why would the Imperator use a third party? What was he hiding? Would you like me to question this Lorgan person? Yes, please, Jinsei. His shop is in the Northport Market. Please be careful. Lorgan isn't known to be cooperative. Continue on here, and I'm picking up some contraband.
The eve of the Ebondrake is upon us.
That's right. He said you wouldn't mind if he looked through your cargo. Is that so?
Darkness comes. The old shall pass.
How do people believe this shit? I'm just gonna go pick this up. Special herb potion.
The eve of the Ebondrake is up.
And deliver the special herb pouch to Samuel. So I'm running this over to... There we go.
You need a new apprentice? I won't eat much, and
Another day. Same old.
Working in the
Get a job.
Oh, my back.
Ebondrake Harbor Chapter. It's so bright. What? Who are you? What do you want? Wait, do I know you? Samuel? Here's your package. Oh, thanks. Better late than never, I suppose. What? What are you looking at?
Oh, my back.
Another day. Same old.
Working in the palace, eating
you need a new you, apprentice?
Hey,
I
act
want
natural.
lunch and I'm a quick learner.
But you weren't followed, right? I can't believe we got away with it. Good. No. Now, keep your promise. Deal's a deal. I think I have some laundering the boy would enjoy. I'll even pay him. How's that? Now, get out of here. So, what did he say? You told him about my can-do attitude, right? I'm a quick learner too, and I can crawl into small places. Don't worry, he said he has some work for you. Thank you, thank you. You don't know what this will mean to me, and my sister. Everything's coming up, Jisung. Lots of drunk watchers around.
Want a race? If I win, you owe me a copper.
Running just makes me more hungry.
Spare a copper? Any coin?
Hi. What we got this time? 2 adult females, 1 adult female, child. Fitness levels unknown. You look like a bad guy. I can tell by the red mark you have.
Sir, I've heard the Imperator is missing.
Are you serious? What are we supposed to do now? Maybe the Evendrake will just take him.
How many of our men joined the Imperator? So what do we do now?
We get rid of this lot and lay low. If we need to, we'll leave the city for a while. Those sailors on the Jolly Ute still owe us a favor. Hey, who are you? Hi, don't mind me.
Know anything?
Please, stop! We don't know anything.
We just followed orders.
Please don't kill me. I'll tell you whatever you want. Why are these people tied up? Like he said, we was just following orders. Imperial Ryu demanded that we send him captives every week and not tell a soul about it. Is this related to the weapon shipment? I don't know all the details, but yes. Every week a new shipment of swords comes in and we're supposed to package each one in a large crate, along with 1 captive for each sword. Then we send him up to the palace. I don't know what he did next. I can only assume the worst. That's horrific! How could you be part of that? You don't understand. My family's in Gunwon prison. The Imperator said that he'd be executed if I didn't cooperate. Please have mercy. I'll let them go. Back to their families. That guy's good. On his way down there.
Such a beautiful palace. Life must be nice in there.
Whoa, that's...
Chansey, I hear you've been busy. Heard you broke up some sort of trafficking ring in the Northport market. Imperator Ryu had weekly shipments of swords and captives. What sort of madness was that kid up to? Testing weapons on people? And here I thought the Evendrake were the only slavers in town. All we know now, Imperator Ryu and the Evendrake were probably working together. What a disgrace. Regardless, thank you for your help, Jinsei. I'll report this to General Hondu. And by General Hondu, I mean Imperator Hondu. More requests. Jinsei, could I trouble you once more? My sources tell me there's going to be a meeting at the shipyard. Some sort of negotiation between the 3 contractors that manage the builders. What one of the contractors doesn't know is that the others aren't there to negotiate. They're there to rough them up and push them out so their crews can have all the work. Would you mind checking it out and stepping in if things turn violent? Thank you, Jinsei. Meeting under false pretenses.
You need a new apprentice?
My mom
I
can't
won't
be
eat
much
much, and
without
Another day. Same old.
Will you all shut up? I wasn't talking to you, warrior, but since I have your attention, Kiryang's been screaming for the last 10 minutes. How about you go meet him at his shop and smack some silence into him? That seems very harsh. Don't you talk back to me. Back in my day, children knew when to shut their mouths and listen to their elders. If you won't stop Kiryang's yammering, I'll go over there and do it myself. No, please, let's just talk with him first. You think you have all the answers, don't you? Well, fine. Good luck with your peaceful conversation. Just keep it down.
Another day. Same old.
Want a race? If I
Spare
win,
a copper, any coin.
It's that kid that we tried to help out. Excuse me. You, I'll get you next time. He started it. Some people just don't have any sense. Jisun, what happened? You're probably wondering what I'm doing over here. First, I can't thank you enough for getting me a job with Yongyil. Really, it's great. He had me sweeping floors, washing blood off the walls, cutting lines, but ultimately was unable to meet my compensation expectations. Boys got to eat, you know. How am I supposed to open my sister's animal shelter with that kind of money? So I was asking Kiryang here about work. I said, these are such fine skills, and it'd be such a shame if he didn't have an apprentice like me watching the place for thieves. Then he lost his mind for no reason. I don't know what he thought I meant, but I was just trying to help. I see. Thanks again for scaring him off, warrior. Oh, and if you see my sister Yisun, tell him we're alright. She ran away when Kiryang started screaming. I think she went this way.
Such a beautiful palace. Life must be nice in there.
He's going in completely the wrong direction.
want a race? If I win,
Spare a
you
copper, any coin.
You've come to the wrong neighborhood. Hey, private party, buddy, get out of here. This is our territory. Beat it.
Feral familiars. Don't be scared. I want to help you.
Bully, right? This place is crummy anyway. You can have it.
You cannot do that right now.
Yisung, what did I tell you about running off? Sorry I'm late. I looked everywhere. Thank the gods you saved her. Happy to help. Her heart's too big. Yisung's in love with these mangy, ungrateful, sass-talking fleabags. Wish I could talk some sense into her. Maybe this changed her mind. Thank you again, warrior. I'll see you again, just let me catch my breath. Yeah, he's kind of a stupid kid, but he's a beggar, and he's trying to look out for his sister. What a heart of gold. Fucking...
Spare a copper, any coin.
Zhangyi, Ningma, Hanji.
Another day, another copper, another harbor full of chumps.
Tear them apart!
What the? What's going on here?
Wait, why are you talking to me for?
Get it!
I thought we had a misunderstanding. Let's keep the current work share. Wow, I look like the bad guy. They just attacked me for no reason. Some stranger barging into their meeting, which is understandable, and I just beat the crap out of them. And they deny. John, how are things at the shipyard? Did the meeting devolve into violence? Was anyone hurt? I may have doled out a few bruises. Well, rather have a few bruises than a contractor seriously injured or killed. Thank you for your help. Believe it or not, these contractors will probably keep working together. Steady work seems more valuable than trust these days. We'll continue to monitor them. More quests. Just lots and lots of back-to-back quests. These are strange times, Jinsei. With the Dowager gone, the Stratus Empire has no leader, which leaves the military in charge for now. Stories of what happened at Lightborn Altar are already spreading, along with false rumors. Some people even think General Hondu staged some sort of coup. Believe it me, the last thing the Imperator Hondu wants is to sit on the throne. He's just trying to secure the city and sort out the bureaucrats in preparation for Princess Namsoyu to take her rightful place as Empress. To quell the rumors, we made these notices announcing that the new Empress will soon take the throne. Would you mind posting a few of these? I'd have my soldiers do it, but we don't want people to think there's some sort of illegitimate puppet of the military. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jinsei. Maybe post one in the shipyard, the market, around here. Let's see how people react to the news. So, go to the shipyard. What's this now? New Empress, eh? Think she can breathe new life into this limping economy? I doubt it. So he doesn't care. He just wants to know if they have jobs.
You need a new apprentice?
Whoa, that's so smooth!
New Empress. Interesting. To be honest, I never really trusted Empress Teiyu. Don't think she trusted us either. She had spies all over the city. Keep it down, people are watching. And nobody around here cares. Thanks for posting notices, Jinsei. I hope in time the military can earn the trust of the people and help the Empress restore honor to the Stratus Empire. Fight the good fight, Jinsei. Alright, finding no quests then. Going to the bazaar. Boy, remember to keep your chi aligned. Taking inventory is such a pain. Yeah, what are you looking for? I'm here on behalf of Captain Jinsoybean. Right, the captain ordered plenty of herbs and roots. Those are all great to make vitality restoring tea, you know. Take it. The bill's already paid. Speak with level. That's an interesting thingy. Who could he be at a time like this? I'm sorry, I don't know you. What do you want? Captain Jinsoybean sent me with medicine. Honestly, I can't believe he's taking care of Mother even as he works. My brother's too responsible for his own good. This medicine will help, but I'd rather he were here himself. He wants to be. I know, our mother doesn't seem like she's gonna get better. She's been asking to see him, so I just hope the medicine helps. Tell my brother to make time for us, okay? Thinking. What a world to bring her into. Warrior, you surprised me. Lovely day we're having, isn't it? Were you crying? What? What's there to cry about? It's a beautiful day we live in. Such a lovely palace. Things are fine. They're great. And I just found out that I'm an uncle. My sister just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Wish you could see her. She's so cute. I was just staring at the eye of the Dasari. It symbolizes absolute power, watching over us all. I've heard talk that they're going to rename it the Ebondrake Eye. Wouldn't that be lovely? Warrior, can I ask you a favor? I wanted to gift a special silk to my niece, but it has to be dyed with daybreak bloom. That's our family flower from long ago. But the daybreak bloom is almost extinct. I've heard a few grow outside Gunwon prison, so if you're dropping by, I'll take a look for you. Thank you for even trying. If you find daybreak blooms, please deliver them to Wanoga. He'll know what to do. Be careful around the prison, friend. Also one over here. The songest time in the street.
Dear Jinsei, I hope this letter finds you well, if such a thing is even possible after recent events. Let me first say that I am truly sorry for the loss of your students. I wouldn't contact you like this if it wasn't a matter of utmost importance. I have reason to believe several people are in imminent danger. I also have reason to believe that you might be the only person who can help them. I'd rather explain the details in person. Please meet me at the Street of Songs in Dasari Palace. Sincerely, Agent Miso.
Jinsei, I write to you with greetings from Princess Namsuyu and an update on her recent efforts to track down the Dowager and Prince Suben. One of my scouts believed the prince was taken to a secret stronghold location beneath the old central library in Dasari Square. However, gaining admittance has proven to be problematic. That's where I was hoping that you could offer some assistance. My scout can fill you in on the details. Please find her at Dasari Square. She uses the alias Piroko. Many thanks in advance. Eng Hondu. You must be General Hondu's friend. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to meet you, warrior. General Hondu speaks highly of you. Of course, he's Imperial Hondu now. I keep forgetting about that. Regardless, you may call me Piroko. Apparently, it's Old Valindrian name that means ancient, or rustic, or fish sauce. This warrior is exactly as Hondu described. Used to be able to research ancient Valindrian and other such things here at the library, but not now. If you try to go inside, the archivist will tell you it's closed. Of course, they're not really archivists. When I went undercover as Yulu, the librarian, at least I knew the Xinjiang decimal system. They're all Ebondrake thugs, and they're about as good as pretending to be archivists as they are at hiding the secret door along the back bookcase. It's all quite suspect, to say the least. Not to mention I uncovered correspondence that suggests Prince Suben was brought here for some sort of infusion process. I shudder to think what that could mean. What are they doing to Subin? Would the Dowager really run experiments on her own son? If I were a fighter, I'd crush all those Eben fakers myself and see what they're hiding. But my martial arts are about as good as their archival skills, warrior. Would you do me the honor? Thank you, and the secret door is in the back. You really can't miss it. So this is a quest for the Brood Chamber, which I can't quite do yet. Same deal, high level thingies. There's some lower dungeons that I can do. I might do those later. But in the meantime, gonna go to Gunwon Prison and pick some flowers. Come to think of it, there's something I should have done before I started all this. And that was to do this quest to get my stamina. Oh well. Speak with Wanoga. Oh, screw it, this place is big. You won't find colors like this anywhere else. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. How can I help you today? We have silks for every need and occasion. Hongyun Hyolgun asked me to bring these to you. Daybreak blooms. They're in fantastic shape. You must have went all the way to the prison to get these, and they don't even get confiscated. I'm impressed. These should be enough for a fine baby blanket. I'll let Hyolgun know when to expect his order. Thank you. Take a look while you're here.
This performance will be time this production out for
dance, acrobatics,
Then you and your
We
brother
guarantee
should
this
go.
show will
And
leave
I'll
you
have a ladies'
speechless.
night out.
Okay. So, this is yet another prison dungeon. It's
The tale of a mask and a terrible deed.
sort of a kabuki theater thing.
Jianse, you came. You must have received my letter. Thanks for coming. I know you have a lot weighing on you. Perhaps doing some good will clear your mind. I came here trying to track down several people who've gone missing. Usually when people disappear in this city, they're the poorest of the poor, and the Ebendrake are involved. But this time it's the reverse. The missing people are all wealthy business magnates and socialites. The one thing they had in common, aside from money, is that they all saw a show at the Dreamsong Theater. You would have to be wealthy or well-connected to see a Dreamsong show in the first place. The tickets cost more than most people make in a month. This show was made for a very specific audience. I think it's a trap, disguised as entertainment. I think someone inside that theater has a vendetta against the rich and has figured out a way to swindle them twice. First, by taking their money, then by taking their lives. I tried to get inside, but security was formidable. And that's all the more reason for me to think they're hiding something. I may not be able to get in, but I think you can. Whatever's inside that theater needs to be stopped, Jianse. Even if it only preys on the rich. Will you help me? Please hurry. Another show is starting.
Yeah, Hyogun apparently doesn't even want to read this letter. Or see me in person. Monaga told me that you brought in a breathtaking bouquet of daybreak blooms. They'd be beautiful. Thank you for being brave enough to retrieve the blooms. Honestly, I was afraid to retrieve them from the outskirts of Gunwon prison. I know too many people who have died within its walls. I can never adequately express my gratitude. Thank you for taking pity on a sentimental stranger, Hyogun. Let me go back over here. Oh, there's another question.
This type of yes, my brother.
Warrior, you got a minute? After what you did for Hyogun, I figure you're in the habit of helping people. Is that true? Yeah, it might be. Well, you see, I have a problem. The bureaucrats at the Royal Dispatch are working on some royal encyclopedia. It's going to be dozens of volumes. They want me to make the covers for them. I thought this would make my year. There's nothing like a government contract, you know. The only problem is that guy, Hansong, rejects my samples every time. I know I'm good at what I do. He's just drunk with power, and he thinks I'm too dumb to notice. But you have a reputation. Could you bring this sample to Hansong and really talk with my work? Don't lie, though. Sure, I'll give it a try. Thank you, Warrior. Can't afford to waste any more silk on this project. I'm counting on you. Please let this work. Royal Dispatches. This place looks much different at night. Through suffering our words now, we something. Say it again. I didn't see it. Through suffering for our words now, we enrich the souls of 1,000 men of 1,000 generations. Greetings. Are you looking for something in particular? We offer many services and house a library finer than anywhere in the realm. I'm not sure if this is better than Yunma Fei's. I assure you, it is most definitely is. Zaiwa has been ravaged by war so many times that it barely has a library. Those people can't even agree on a unified alphabet. But most of those book covers look worn and rotted. They're nothing like this. What's that? Let me see. I received this silk sample locally from a local artist named Wanga, correct? Well, I'll have you know that my scholars are compiling a complete encyclopedia of human knowledge as we speak, and every volume will be wrapped in Wanoga's fine silks. Can Empress Yunma Fei say that? I sincerely doubt it. Do you have any other questions? Well, that was easy. So I basically played on that guy's patriotism. Great. And finally to talk to this dude. Don't mind me, I'm loading up cutscene. Okay. You're back. How did it go? I trust you saw the medicine to my mother safely? How is she doing? Was my sister there? Yes, she's taking care of your mother. That's a relief. With any luck, I'll be able to return home myself tonight. Thank you for your help, warrior. You've given me some hope. Alright, and I think that's all the quests for this area. Which is actually kind of funny, because I could have sworn there was an achievement for doing one of these quests or another. I just must have missed it. Or did I get it? Nope, did not get it. Alright, so anyways, we're going to move on really quick to some cutscenes, because I figure I'm not going to be able to get to some of those dungeons at all later, but we can always go to some of these things. So in reverse order, we're going to start with the Moscow Dreamsong Theater. So if you don't mind me switching really quick. This would be the cutscene for Dreamsong Theater, not recorded by me, so who knows how the quality is going to be, but this is basically for the final boss. Once you get there.
Dreamsong Theater proudly presents the Dance of Death!
Time to dance!
That wasn't really much of a dance, if you ask me, except at the very end. This is the Brood Chamber. So, Dreamsong Theater was not really story-related, as apparently just beat up some random dude. This is Prince Subin. Or what's left of him, I guess. So you beat him up, and yeah, that's the end of Prince Zuben. Apparently he does not become a raid boss in the future. And finally, this should be the Prince Sobu for Warped Citadel. We saw him transforming his bird, then there's a second cutscene once you defeat his bird, and that would be this one. So yeah, that is all of the cutscenes for the dungeons that we just got introduced to. There's still a couple others that I haven't gotten into. There's this one's for Cathedral Cliffs, and then there's Lost in the Ibn Lair. I haven't done either of those. Ibn Lair I could possibly solo later, but we'll probably do that some future time. I don't know if I'll make a video of it. So yeah, that was the Blade and Soul storyline, as presented by the Zen Archer. Thank you for watching, and if I do any other videos, just keep an eye on this channel. Otherwise, thanks. See ya.